Hello, I'm Graham Neal. Welcome to episode 4 of Graham's Gregorian Grotto. This week, I'm really stepping it up a gear by introducing more complex melismatic neumes, half bar lines, full bar lines, and liquescent neumes. As always, let's begin with a recap of previous episodes. Thus far, we have learnt about the C and F clefs and how to determine the position of the semitone intervals. We then looked at the syllabic neumes, punctum and virga, before moving on to some melismatic ones. The 3-note torculus and the 2-note pedatus, of which the lower note is sung first. We learnt that a dot after the note usually indicates that one should sing it double length, whereas an horizontal line, or epicema, might be a slightly shorter lengthening. This length could be governed by the musical or rhetorical function of the epicema. Let's open that can of worms. Liquescent neumes. Here is a selection of liquescent neumes. I like to call this illustration my liquescent crescent. Each has a small note as part of the group. Their probable purpose is to ensure that certain syllables or diphthongs are enunciated which might otherwise be glossed over. There are many different ways to interpret them. Most people would agree that they are to be sung lightly. Some people choose to hum the consonant or move to the second vowel sound for the whole length of the small note. Others don't acknowledge the liquescent at all, and some people find a middle ground. For the most part, in my examples, I shall use the whole length of the note. I look forward to spirited debate on the matter in the comments section. Be a liquescent acquiescent, not a liquescent suppressant. Let's now study a piece of chant. Here is the Alleluia verse for the 8th Sunday after Pentecost. We encounter a half bar line for the first time. Do breathe, but it shouldn't be a major full stop. That occurs at the full bar line. This passage begins with a 5-note melisma comprising a climacus, the 3-note descending figure, and a liquescent pedatus. My interpretation of this liquescent is to hum slightly early on the n of Manius, like so. Manius. The first syllable of Dominus has a torculus, followed by another 3-note neume called a scandicus. The second and third syllables of Dominus are a climacus and dotted punctum respectively. Therefore, up to the half bar line sounds like this. Manius Dominus. Let's look at the next phrase. The 2-note neume that occurs on the first and second syllables of laudabilis is called a clevis. Unlike a pedatus, the upper note is sung first. Now this phrase begins with 2 liquescent neumes in a row. I'm excited. For the word et, I'll bring the t in early enough to pronounce the l as a separate entity, and for the first syllable of laudabilis, I shall pronounce the 2 parts of the diphthong as equal lengths, like so. Et laudabilis. Another liquescent neume on the word valde. You guessed it, I shall sing the l for the whole duration of the small note, attempting to make it sound not grotesque. Valde. Using all of the skills learned, you should now be able to sing this entire passage. The compound neume that occurs on the final syllable of civitate and at other places is, I believe, called a scandicus subtripunctis. If you disagree with me, please feel free to vent in the comments section below. The squiggles at the ends of lines are custodes. They hint at the first note on the next system. For the purposes of performance, where I choose to breathe at quarter bar lines, I shall treat the neume prior to the bar line as if it has a lengthening dot. Ladies and gentlemen, the Alleluia verse for the 8th Sunday after Pentecost. Magnus Dominus et laudabilis valde in in monte sancto I hope this week's episode has been both educational and fun. Do please subscribe to my channel and join me next time on Graham's Gregorian Grotto.